Hello everyone. Welcome to this lesson on artificial neural networks from Central Board of Secondary Education Class 10 Artificial Intelligence 417, Part B, Unit 2, Advanced Concepts of Modeling in Artificial Intelligence. In this chapter, we will learn about one of the most powerful technologies used in modern artificial intelligence. Artificial neural networks are computer systems that are designed to work in a way that is similar to the human brain. They help machines learn from data, identify patterns, make predictions, and take decisions. We will understand what artificial neural networks are, how they are structured, how information moves through different layers of a network, and how these networks are trained to solve problems. We will also explore real-world applications such as facial recognition, image classification, recommendation systems, and self-driving vehicles. The concepts in this chapter form the foundation of many advanced artificial intelligence technologies used today. So, let us begin our journey into the fascinating world of artificial neural networks. Topics to be covered. Before we begin, let us take a quick look at the topics that we will cover in this chapter. First, we will understand what a neural network is and why it is considered one of the most important technologies in artificial intelligence. Next, we will learn about the working of neural networks, including the different layers that help process information and generate outputs. After that, we will explore how artificial intelligence makes decisions. We will begin by identifying the different decision factors, also known as inputs, that influence a decision. We will then see how these factors are ranked according to their importance and how different levels of importance can affect the final outcome. Moving ahead, we will study assigning weights and defining bias, which are essential concepts used by artificial intelligence systems to evaluate information. We will also discuss how weights are determined and why different factors may be given different levels of significance. Once these concepts are clear, we will learn about decision making using the perceptron model, a simple model that demonstrates how artificial intelligence processes inputs and reaches a conclusion. Finally, we will understand the threshold rule, which helps the system decide whether to accept or reject a particular outcome based on the calculated result. By the end of this chapter, you will have a clear understanding of how artificial intelligence systems use neural networks and perceptrons to make intelligent decisions. What is a neural network? Now let us understand what a neural network is. A neural network is a machine learning model that is inspired by the way neurons work in the human brain. Just as the human brain processes information through interconnected nerve cells, a neural network processes information through interconnected nodes. One of the biggest advantages of neural networks is their ability to automatically identify and extract important features from data. Unlike traditional systems, they do not always require a programmer to manually specify every rule or feature. A neural network can be thought of as a system that organizes multiple machine learning algorithms to work together and solve specific problems. These networks learn patterns from data and use those patterns to make predictions or decisions. Neural networks are especially useful when dealing with very large datasets. They can process huge amounts of information quickly and efficiently, making them ideal for tasks such as image recognition, facial recognition, speech recognition, and many other artificial intelligence applications. As shown in the diagram, a neural network consists of three main parts: the input layer, which receives data, the hidden layers, which process the information, and the output layer, which produces the final result. In the next section, we will learn how these different layers work together to help artificial intelligence systems make intelligent decisions. Why are neural networks important? Now that we understand what a neural network is, let us explore why neural networks are so important in the field of artificial intelligence. One of the key strengths of neural networks is their ability to learn patterns from training data and use those patterns to make predictions or solve problems. They can analyze large amounts of information and perform tasks such as speech recognition and image recognition at extremely high speeds. Another important advantage is that neural networks can automatically identify and extract important features from data. This reduces the need for developers to manually specify every detail, making the system more efficient and intelligent. Neural networks are specially designed to handle complex tasks with a high level of accuracy. As they learn from more data, they become better at recognizing patterns and making reliable decisions. When working with very large datasets, neural networks often perform much better than traditional machine learning algorithms. Traditional algorithms may eventually reach a point where their performance stops improving. This is known as the saturation point. However, neural networks continue to improve as more data becomes available. Their ability to learn from vast amounts of information makes them highly effective for solving real-world problems. Because of these advantages, neural networks are widely used in modern artificial intelligence applications such as facial recognition, language translation, recommendation systems, medical diagnosis, and autonomous vehicles. In the next section, we will learn how neural networks are structured and how they process information through different layers. Working of neural networks input layer. Let us now understand how a neural network works. A neural network is designed based on the structure of the human brain. It consists of multiple layers of interconnected units called nodes. These nodes work together to process information and help the system make decisions. Each layer in a neural network performs a specific task and then passes the processed information to the next layer. By working together, these layers enable the network to learn patterns and generate meaningful outputs. The first layer of a neural network is called the input layer. The primary function of the input layer is to receive data from the outside world and pass it to the rest of the network for processing. This data can be in the form of numbers, text, images, audio, or any other type of information that the system needs to analyze. It is important to note that no actual processing takes place in the input layer. It simply acts as an entry point for data and forwards the information to the next layer in the network. In the upcoming slides, we will learn about the hidden layers and the output layer, which are responsible for processing the data and producing the final result. Working of neural networks' hidden layers. Now let us move to the most important part of a neural network, known as the hidden layers. Hidden layers are the processing units of a neural network and are located between the input layer and the output layer. They are called hidden because users cannot directly see what happens inside them. The number of hidden layers and the number of nodes within each layer depend on the complexity of the problem being solved. Simple tasks may require only a few hidden layers, while complex tasks such as image recognition or language translation may require many layers. Each node in a hidden layer receives data from the previous layer and performs calculations using machine learning algorithms. During this process, the network assigns weights and biases to different inputs. These values help determine the importance of each input in the decision-making process. After performing the calculations, the results pass through an activation function. This function helps the network learn complex patterns and relationships within the data, making it capable of solving sophisticated problems. The processed information is then passed from one hidden layer to the next. With each layer, the data is refined and analyzed further, allowing the network to gradually extract meaningful patterns and insights. Finally, after the information has passed through all the hidden layers, the refined data is forwarded to the output layer, where the final prediction or decision is generated. In short, hidden layers act as the brain of the neural network, performing all the essential processing and learning that enable artificial intelligence systems to make intelligent decisions. Working of neural networks, output layer, and applications. We have already learned about the input layer and the hidden layers. Now let us understand the final layer of a neural network, known as the output layer. The output layer receives the processed information from the last hidden layer and presents the final result to the user. Unlike the hidden layers, the output layer does not perform complex calculations. Its primary role is to display the outcome of all the processing that has taken place within the network. You can think of the output layer as the final decision maker. After data passes through multiple hidden layers and is analyzed using machine learning algorithms, the output layer produces the final prediction, classification, or answer. As shown in the diagram, data enters through the input layer, passes through the hidden layers where various computations take place, and finally reaches the output layer, where the system generates one or more answers. Neural networks are capable of handling complex real-world problems and are used in a wide range of applications. For example, they can identify faces in photographs, recognize speech, translate languages, recommend products, and even predict prices of items such as vegetables and other commodities. The combined work of the input layer, hidden layers, and output layer enables neural networks to learn from data and make intelligent decisions, making them one of the most powerful tools in artificial intelligence. How does artificial intelligence make decisions? Now that we understand how neural networks are structured, let us learn how artificial intelligence actually makes decisions. Artificial intelligence does not make decisions randomly. Instead, it evaluates different factors, assigns a level of importance to each factor, and then processes them mathematically to arrive at a conclusion. To do this, artificial intelligence often uses a simple decision-making model called a perceptron model. A perceptron works by considering multiple inputs, assigning weights to them based on their importance, and then calculating an output. To understand this concept more easily, let us consider a real-life example. Imagine that artificial intelligence is trying to decide whether a person should watch a cricket match or not. Just like a human being, the system will not make the decision based on a single factor. Instead, it will consider several factors before reaching a conclusion. In the next few slides, we will see how these factors are identified, ranked according to their importance, assigned weights, and finally used by the perceptron model to make a decision. Identifying the decision factors, inputs. Before artificial intelligence can make a decision, it must first identify the factors that influence that decision. These factors are called inputs. In our example, the artificial intelligence system is trying to decide whether to watch a cricket match. Just like a person would think about different circumstances before making a choice, the system also considers several important factors. The first factor is whether the match is important. For example, a World Cup final is generally considered much more important than a regular league match and may strongly influence the decision. The second factor is whether a favorite team is playing. People are often more excited and interested in watching a match when their favorite team is participating. The third factor is whether there is free time available. Even if a match is exciting, watching it may not be possible if a person is busy with other responsibilities. The fourth factor is whether friends are watching the match. Watching a match with friends can make the experience more enjoyable and may increase the desire to watch it. These four factors become the inputs that the artificial intelligence system will use in its decision-making process. Each input provides useful information that helps the system evaluate the situation. In the next step, we will see that not all inputs are equally important. Therefore, the system must rank these factors according to their significance before making a final decision. Ranking the importance of factors. Now that the artificial intelligence system has identified the factors involved in the decision, the next step is to determine how important each factor is. In real life, not all factors influence a decision equally. Some factors have a much greater impact than others. Therefore, before making a decision, the system ranks the factors according to their importance. In our cricket match example, the most important factor is whether there is free time available. Even if the match is exciting, it may not be possible to watch it when there are other responsibilities or commitments. Therefore, this factor is ranked first. The second most important factor is whether the match is important. People are often willing to adjust their schedules to watch major events such as a World Cup final or a championship match. The third factor is whether a favorite team is playing. Watching a favorite team can make the match more enjoyable and exciting, but it is usually not as important as having free time or the significance of the match itself. The fourth and least important factor in this example is whether friends are watching the match. Although watching with friends can enhance the experience, a person may still choose to watch the match alone if it is interesting enough. By ranking the factors in this way, the artificial intelligence system gains a better understanding of which inputs should have a stronger influence on the final decision. In the next section, we will see how these rankings are converted into numerical values called weights, which allow the perceptron model to perform mathematical calculations and make decisions. Understanding the importance of each factor. After ranking the factors, it is important to understand why each factor has been given its particular position. The most important factor is, do I have free time? If a person is busy with work, studies, or other responsibilities, watching the match may not be possible. Therefore, having free time becomes the most critical factor in the decision-making process. The second factor is it an important match? People are often willing to adjust their schedules for major events such as a World Cup final or a championship game. This makes the importance of the match a significant consideration. The third factor is my favorite team playing? Watching a favorite team can make the experience more enjoyable and exciting. However, this factor is usually less important than having free time or the significance of the match itself. The fourth factor is, are my friends watching? While watching a match with friends can be fun and enjoyable, it generally has the least influence on the final decision. A person may still choose to watch the match alone if it is interesting enough. This ranking helps the artificial intelligence system understand which factors should have a stronger impact on the final decision and which factors should have a smaller influence. In the next section, we will convert these rankings into numerical values called weights, allowing the perceptron model to perform calculations and make decisions mathematically. Assigning weights and defining bias. Now that we have identified and ranked the decision factors, the next step is to assign numerical values to them. These numerical values are known as weights. In the perceptron model, each decision factor acts as an input. Since our example has 4 factors, we have 4 inputs, named x1, x2, x3, and x4. Each input is assigned a corresponding weight, represented by W1, W2, W3, and W4. These weights indicate how important each factor is in the decision-making process. A factor that is considered more important will receive a higher weight, while a less important factor will receive a lower weight. For example, if having free time is the most important factor, it may be assigned a higher weight than whether friends are watching the match. In addition to inputs and weights, the perceptron model also includes something called bias. Bias represents a natural preference or tendency that exists before considering any of the inputs. It helps adjust the final decision and allows the model to make more flexible and realistic predictions. The bias is represented by B, and it is assigned a corresponding bias weight, represented by WB. As shown in the diagram, the four inputs enter the perceptron along with their weights. The bias also contributes to the calculation through its bias weight. The perceptron then combines all this information and produces an output represented by Y. In the next section, we will learn how these weights are determined and how they influence the final decision made by the artificial intelligence system. Assigning weights and defining bias mapping inputs to factors. Now that we understand the concepts of inputs, weights, and bias, let us assign our four inputs to the factors we identified in the cricket match example. In this model, X1 represents the question, is it an important match? X2 represents, is my favorite team playing? X3 represents, do I have free time? And X4 represents, are my friends watching? Each of these inputs contributes information that will help the artificial intelligence system decide whether to watch the cricket match. As shown in the diagram, every input is connected to the perceptron through a corresponding weight. These weights determine how much influence each factor has on the final decision. The perceptron also receives a bias, represented by B, along with its bias weight, WB. The bias helps account for any natural preference or tendency that may exist before considering the actual inputs. At this stage, we know which inputs represent which factors, but simply saying that one factor is more important than another is not enough for mathematical calculations. To enable the perceptron model to perform calculations, we must convert the importance of each factor into numerical values called weights. Similarly, a numerical value must also be assigned to the bias weight. These numerical values allow the system to calculate a score, evaluate all the factors together, and ultimately make a decision. In the next section, we will learn how these weights are determined and how they influence the final outcome of the decision-making process. Determining weights. Now that we have identified the decision factors and ranked them according to their importance, the next step is to determine the weights that will be assigned to each factor. Weights are numerical values that represent the importance of different inputs in the decision-making process. The higher the weight, the greater the influence that factor will have on the final decision. In real-world artificial intelligence systems, weights are often determined using assumptions, personal experience, expert knowledge, or historical data collected from past observations. In our cricket match example, we have already ranked the factors from the most important to the least important. The most important factor is, do I have free time, which is ranked first. The second most important factor is it an important match? The third factor is my favorite team playing? And the fourth factor is, are my friends watching? These rankings help us decide how much weight each factor should receive. Factors with higher importance are assigned larger weights, while factors with lower importance receive smaller weights. The diagram illustrates the relative importance of each factor before actual numerical values are assigned. It also shows the bias, which will be included in the calculation to account for any natural preference or tendency. In the next slide, we will see how experience and personal preferences can influence the selection of weights and bias values in a perceptron model. Determining weights, experience, and personal preference. Now let us understand how the actual values of weights are determined. In many artificial intelligence systems, weights are not chosen randomly. They are often based on experience, observations, historical data, or individual preferences. First, let us consider experience-based weights. A person's past experiences can influence how important certain factors are. For example, a cricket fan who has enjoyed watching several World Cup finals may consider such matches extremely important. As a result, they may assign a higher weight to the factor, is it an important match? Similarly, a passionate supporter of a particular team may place greater importance on whether their favorite team is playing. In that case, the factor, is my favorite team playing, may receive a higher weight than it would for someone who is not a dedicated fan. Another factor that influences weights is personal preference. Different people value different things. Some individuals may enjoy watching matches with friends and therefore consider, are my friends watching, to be a highly important factor. Others may focus mainly on their availability. For them, do I have free time, may become the most important factor because if they are busy, watching the match is simply not possible. The bias weight, represented by WB, can also vary from person to person. For example, a hardcore cricket fan may have a lower bias value because they are already inclined to watch most matches. They do not need many additional reasons to make that decision. On the other hand, someone who is less interested in cricket may have a higher bias value, meaning that stronger reasons are needed before they decide to watch a match. This shows that both weights and bias values are flexible and can be adjusted according to experience, preferences, and individual behavior patterns. In the next slide, we will assign actual numerical values to these weights and bias so that the perceptron model can perform calculations and make a decision. Determining weights, assigning numerical values. Now let us assign actual numerical values to the weights and bias in our perceptron model. As we learned earlier, weights represent the importance of different factors in the decision-making process. A higher weight means the factor has a greater influence on the final decision. In this example, is it an important match, is assigned a weight of 3.0 because the significance of the match plays a major role in deciding whether to watch it. Is my favorite team playing, is assigned a weight of 2.5. This factor is important because people are generally more interested when their favorite team is involved. Are my friends watching, receives a weight of 1.5. While this factor can influence the decision, it is not as important as the first two factors. Do I have free time, is assigned a weight of 1.0 in this particular example. Although the ranking of factors may vary depending on individual preferences, the numerical values used here are chosen to demonstrate how the perceptron calculation works. Next, we assign a bias weight, represented by WB, with a value of 4.0. The bias weight reflects a person's natural tendency before considering the actual inputs. In this example, a bias weight of 4 represents someone who needs strong motivation before deciding to watch a cricket match. As shown in the diagram, all input factors contribute to the perceptron through their respective weights, while the bias also influences the final calculation through its bias weight. Once these numerical values have been assigned, the perceptron can perform mathematical calculations by combining the inputs, weights, and bias. This allows the artificial intelligence system to evaluate the situation and make a final decision. In the next section, we will use these values in a real scenario and calculate the output produced by the perceptron model. Scenario 1, defining the inputs. Now let us apply the perceptron model to a real example and see how artificial intelligence makes a decision. In scenario 1, let us assume that the match is a World Cup final. Therefore, the answer to the question, is it an important match, is yes, which is represented by the value 1. Let us also assume that my favorite team is playing. Therefore, the answer to, is my favorite team playing, is yes, which is represented by 1. However, I do not have free time. Therefore, the answer to, do I have free time, is no, which is represented by 0. At the same time, my friends are watching the match. Therefore, the answer to, are my friends watching, is yes, which is represented by 1. In a perceptron model, responses such as yes and no must be converted into numerical values so that mathematical calculations can be performed. A yes response is represented by 1, while a no response is represented by 0. The bias value, represented by B, is always set to 1. This ensures that the bias contributes to the final calculation regardless of the input values. For this scenario, the value for an important match is 1, the value for favorite team playing is 1, the value for free time is 0, and the value for friends watching is 1. The bias value is also 1. These input values will now be combined with their corresponding weights. In the next slide, we will assign the weights and prepare the data required for the perceptron calculation. Scenario 1, assigning weights and values. Now that we have identified the inputs for scenario 1, let us assign the corresponding weights and values to each factor. The first factor is it an important match? In this scenario, the match is a World Cup final, so the answer is yes, giving it a value of 1. Since this factor is considered very important, it is assigned a weight of 3.0. The second factor is my favorite team playing? Since the favorite team is playing, the answer is yes, which gives it a value of 1. This factor is important, so it is assigned a weight of 2.5. The third factor is, do I have free time? In this case, there is no free time available, so the answer is no, giving it a value of 0. This factor is assigned a weight of 1.0. At this stage, each factor has both a value and a corresponding weight. The value indicates whether the condition is true or false, while the weight indicates the importance of that factor in the decision-making process. In the next slide, we will complete the remaining inputs, include the bias value, and prepare all the information needed for the final perceptron calculation. Scenario 1, completing the inputs and bias. Let us now complete the remaining input and include the bias value required for the perceptron calculation. The fourth factor is, are my friends watching? In this scenario, the answer is yes, so its value is 1. Since this factor is considered somewhat important, it is assigned a weight of 1.5. Next, we include the bias. The bias represents a natural tendency or preference that influences the decision. In our example, the bias weight is set to 4.0. This represents a person who generally needs strong reasons before deciding to watch a cricket match. The bias value itself is always set to 1. This ensures that the bias contributes to every calculation performed by the perceptron model. At this point, all the inputs, weights, and bias values have been assigned. The factor, is it an important match, has a value of 1 and a weight of 3.0. The factor, is my favorite team playing, has a value of 1 and a weight of 2.5. The factor, do I have free time, has a value of 0 and a weight of 1.0. The factor, are my friends watching, has a value of 1 and a weight of 1.5. the bias has a value of 1 and a bias weight of 4.0. Now that all the required values have been defined, the perceptron model has everything it needs to perform the mathematical calculation and determine whether the cricket match should be watched. In the next slide, we will calculate the weighted sum, also known as the net input, using these values. Decision making using the perceptron model. Now that we have identified the inputs, assigned weights, and defined the bias, we are ready to make a decision using the perceptron model. The perceptron model combines all the input values with their corresponding weights and then adjusts the result using the bias. This calculation helps the artificial intelligence system decide whether the final outcome should be positive or negative. The formula used is output equals x1 multiplied by w1 plus x2 multiplied by w2 plus x3 multiplied by w3 plus x4 multiplied by w4 minus b multiplied by wb. Here, x1, x2, x3, and x4 represent the input values. A value of 1 represents yes, while a value of 0 represents no. W1, W2, W3, and W4 are the weights assigned to the corresponding inputs. B represents the bias value, which is always 1, and WB represents the bias weight. For our scenario, we substitute the values into the formula. The output equals 3.0 multiplied by 1 plus 2.5 multiplied by 1 plus 1.0 multiplied by 0 plus 1.5 multiplied by 1 minus 4.0 multiplied by 1. Now let us perform the calculation. 3.0 multiplied by 1 equals 3.0. 2.5 multiplied by 1 equals 2.5. 1.0 multiplied by 0 equals 0. 1.5 multiplied by 1 equals 1.5. 4.0 multiplied by 1 equals 4.0. Adding and subtracting these values gives 3.0 plus 2.5 plus 0 plus 1.5 minus 4.0 equals 3.0. Therefore, the final output of the perceptron model is 3.0. This value is called the net input or output score. The perceptron will use this score in the next step to determine the final decision. In the next slide, we will apply the threshold rule and find out whether the artificial intelligence system decides to watch the cricket match or not. Applying the threshold rule. After calculating the output score, the perceptron model uses a simple decision-making rule called the threshold rule. The purpose of this rule is to determine whether the final decision should be positive or negative. If the output value is greater than or equal to 0, the artificial intelligence system makes a positive decision. In our example, this means that the system decides to watch the cricket match. On the other hand, if the output value is less than 0, the artificial intelligence system makes a negative decision. In this case, it decides not to watch the match. For scenario 1, we calculated the output score as 3.0. Since 3.0 is greater than 0, the output satisfies the threshold condition. Therefore, the perceptron model concludes that there are enough positive reasons to watch the match. As a result, the artificial intelligence system makes the final decision to watch the cricket match. This example demonstrates how a perceptron combines inputs, weights, and bias, performs a mathematical calculation, and then applies a threshold rule to arrive at a final decision. Scenario 2: Defining the inputs. Let us now consider a second scenario and see how a different set of conditions can lead to a different decision. In this scenario, the match is a regular league game rather than a World Cup final. Therefore, The answer to is it an important match is no, which is represented by the value 0. My favorite team is not playing. Therefore, the answer to is my favorite team playing is no, which is also represented by 0. However, I do have free time available. Therefore, the answer to do I have free time is yes, which is represented by 1. My friends are not watching the match. Therefore, the answer to are my friends watching is no, which is represented by 0. Just as in the previous example, the perceptron model requires all responses to be converted into numerical values before calculations can be performed. A yes response is represented by 1, while a no response is represented by 0. For this scenario, the value for an important match is 0, the value for favorite team playing is 0, the value for free time is 1, and the value for friends watching is 0. These values will now be combined with the same weights and bias values used earlier. In the next slide, we will assign the corresponding weights and prepare the inputs for the final perceptron calculation. Scenario 2 assigning weights. Now let us assign the weights and values for scenario 2. The first factor is it an important match? In this scenario, the match is a regular league game rather than a World Cup final. Therefore, the answer is no, giving it a value of 0. Since the importance of the match remains a significant factor in the decision-making process, it retains a weight of 3.0. The second factor is my favorite team playing? Since the favorite team is not playing, the answer is no, which gives it a value of 0. This factor continues to have a weight of 2.5 because it is still considered important. The third factor is, do I have free time? In this scenario, free time is available. Therefore, the answer is yes, giving it a value of 1. This factor retains a weight of 1.0. Notice that the weights remain the same as in the previous scenario because the importance assigned to each factor has not changed. What changes are the input values, depending on the situation being considered. At this point, we have assigned the values and weights for the first 3 factors. In the next slide, we will complete the remaining factor, include the bias value, and prepare all the information required for the final perceptron calculation. Scenario 2 completing the inputs and bias. Let us now complete the remaining input and include the bias value for scenario 2. The fourth factor is, are my friends watching? In this scenario, the answer is no, so its value is 0. Since this factor is considered somewhat important, it is assigned a weight of 1.5. Next, we include the bias term. As in the previous scenario, the bias weight is 4.0. This represents a person who generally needs strong reasons before deciding to watch a cricket match. The bias value itself is always set to 1 so that it can influence every calculation performed by the perceptron model. At this point, all the inputs, weights, and bias values have been assigned for scenario 2. The value for is it an important match is 0, with a weight of 3.0. The value for is my favorite team playing is 0, with a weight of 2.5. The value for do I have free time is 1, with a weight of 1.0. The value for are my friends watching is 0, with a weight of 1.5. The bias value is 1, and the bias weight is 4.0. Notice that although free time is available, the other factors are not favorable in this situation. The match is not important, the favorite team is not playing, and friends are not watching. Now that all the values have been assigned, the perceptron model is ready to calculate the net input and determine whether the artificial intelligence system decides to watch the match or not. In the next slide, we will perform the calculation and find the final output for scenario 2. scenario to calculating the weighted sum. Now let us calculate the weighted sum, also known as the net input, for scenario 2. As before, we use the perceptron formula to combine the input values, their corresponding weights, and the bias. The net input is calculated by multiplying each input value by its weight, adding all the results together, and then subtracting the bias multiplied by the bias weight. For this scenario, the value for "is it an important match?" is 0, with a weight of 3.0. The value for "is my favorite team playing?" is 0, with a weight of 2.5. The value for "do I have free time?" is 1, with a weight of 1.0. The value for "are my friends watching?" is 0, with a weight of 1.5. The bias value is 1, and the bias weight is 4.0. Substituting these values into the formula, we get 0 multiplied by 3.0 plus 0 multiplied by 2.5 plus 1 multiplied by 1.0 plus 0 multiplied by 1.5 minus 1 multiplied by 4.0. Now let us perform the calculation step by step. 0 multiplied by 3.0 equals 0. 0 multiplied by 2.5 equals 0. 1 multiplied by 1.0 equals 1.0. 0 multiplied by 1.5 equals 0. 1 multiplied by 4.0 equals 4.0. Adding and subtracting these values gives 0 plus 0 plus 1.0 plus 0 minus 4.0. This results in a final net input of negative 3.0. Since the output value is less than 0, it does not satisfy the threshold condition required for a positive decision. Therefore, the perceptron model concludes that there are not enough reasons to watch the cricket match. As a result, the artificial intelligence system makes the decision not to watch the match. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this lesson helpful, please like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more educational content. You can download the complete notes from the link given in the description box. Also, join our Telegram channel for study materials and updates, and follow our Instagram page for more educational content. All the links are provided in the description box below. Keep learning and stay connected.